Hello, everybody. Welcome to Maximal Fire Live, and welcome to Warhammer Day. Hello, Johnny.
Good afternoon. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm tired. Danger afternoon nap. It's my birthday tomorrow, so whoop whoop. Turning 41, and now apparently I need afternoon naps.
Yeah, it's saying they're always dangerous because you always feel so groggy after.
For sure, for sure.
Have to be keeping you
Hello.
awake, clapping.
Yeah. Hello to everyone in chat. Thank you very much for tuning in today. We are assuming that we are in Twitch. In fact, yes, no, they've just gone live on Twitch. They didn't advertise this anywhere though, did they? It's like really poorly.
Really, really poorly advertised.
Yeah.
We were in a bit of a scramble to get find out where they were going to stream it beforehand. Usually it's Twitch, but it's always nice knowing when you're about to go live, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. Well, as we have something, even though it's just the holding preview page, I guess we should probably transition over to how it's going to look for the next hour and a bit, and and then we can, if there's any bugs or any problems, guys, shout it out in the chat, and we'll do our best to try and fix it on the fly. But
yeah, a bit of a last minute thing, wasn't it? But
well, it didn't need to be a last minute thing. We talked about this weeks ago. But in standard, typical Maximal Fire fashion, we left it until yesterday and flew by the seat of our pants. So, yes, it wouldn't be us if it wasn't a little bit kind of slapdash. But can everybody hear us all right? Can everybody hear the stream as well? I don't want you missing out on all the goodies of the stream as well while we're watching.
Oh yeah.
And thank you, Tom, for the well wishes in the chat, and James, and unfortunately I don't know who the other person is who's wishing me happy birthday, but thank you very much. It's not in a language that I can read, unfortunately. But yes, yeah, 41. Upset about that. I'm celebrating my 21st birthday for the 20th year in a row.
Oh yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, James. Looking very slick. Great audio. That's good to see. I think last time we tried to do this, like, you couldn't hear me for a little bit, and I think I was doing like British Sign Language for half of the stream. Yeah. And
you cut out. I was struggling, trying to wrangle the stream under control. It was
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You know what? I mean, obviously we saw the Legions Imperialis on this announcement. But are you, like me, a little bit nervous that somebody shat the bed a little bit early on this one? We got the leak of the Mechanicus stuff, and it's potentially spoiled what we're going to see today? Or do you think there's going to be more stuff?
When I was surprised when we saw the Mechanicum that early, and I was like, oh god, like, have they just pulled the plug on the the live stream now? I'm hoping that there's going to be maybe something. I have a feeling they might have like one ancillary box or something like that that they were going to release with it, and now they're thinking, oh okay, you know. So yeah, I don't know. It's
I really hope it's not the case. I mean, it's. I wouldn't be surprised if we're unfortunately disappointed today, because that seemed like a pretty major announcement which came 2 weeks before today. So it just feels a little bit odd that we got that when we got that. But I'm hoping that there's still, like you say, something else, some other stuff that they're able to keep to one side, and we'll get a first look at a plastic Imperator today.
Can you imagine? Oh my god.
Yeah.
And a updated AT rulebook out of the blue.
Yeah, 82nd edition. Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it?
I would eat my shoe if.
You heard it here first, guys. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's worthy of a shoe eating. I'm just hoping that we don't get a surprise Gothic announcement, because I'm already feeling poor enough as it is, and I don't need another game to have to buy into.
I think we both collectively in WhatsApp groups signed up to both Kill Team and Blood Bowl over the space of like a day at Beachhead. So
Yeah.
we're gonna have to get buying and painting pretty quick.
Well, luckily I've got I've got a Blood Bowl team behind me. They're kind of like my precursor to my Old Worlds army, because I was like, I want to see if I can paint my Old Worlds army entirely using speed paint. Just do something really quick. Well, not entirely using speed paint, but largely using speed paint. So I've got some Norse behind me, which is going to be my my testers. So I've got a Blood Bowl team already on the go for that. But yeah, Beachhead's turning into a 5-day deal, it sounds like, with not just the weekend, but the after party as well. What's Tom saying?
Having to put some time off.
Yeah, I'm certainly booking the 2 days, the first 2 days, the following week and the Friday before. Tom says his prediction is mech in a book. Mech in a book, though you would imagine another faction in there too, wildly hoping the Mechanicum Knights in plastic. It would make sense. Yeah, I mean, I certainly think if they're going to give any new releases, moving more of their resin line over to plastic would be good. That'll be great for AT as well, because the Moirax and the Moirax, Styrix, Asterius, and Atropos.
Yes.
They're good little models, but they're quite expensive to get hold of. And plastic armatures. Plastic armatures would be nice. At the moment, they're far too bloody expensive to buy in Forge World, so it'd be nice to get a nice box of like 9 or 10 of those. But I guess we will see. What does everybody else think? That's a good, strong first prediction, but yeah, let us do stick it in the old chat. No one said that they're feeling disappointed yet, or they don't think we're going to see anything. Hopefully the fact that they've tuned in is enough to keep, that they are remaining positive about today. So we'll see.
Yeah, I am liking the Mechanicum though. They're very nice, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, after that kind of roadmap that they gave, like, I think they really much kind of, like, they very much kind of made our expectations non-existent, and then that dropped, and it was like, oh, okay, that's cool. But it does make sense, and I think we'll see some of those units which we haven't seen in Big Heresy be released in the next few months as well, like that they can kind of port over from the small scale to the big scale.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, yeah. I've been wanting to get them in 30k as well. That new plastic box set is... Ooh, it's good. It's good.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
yeah, Legio Mortis listening from NI, I assume that's Northern Ireland. He thinks we're going to see a new book. Cursed Wolf. Might be mech tanks, Kairos and stuff. Kyros, never know how to pronounce that one. Yeah, I'd like to see some super heavies for Marines today. I think that we need something like that for Marines. I know Marines have got a lot, but... Or maybe some new infantry options.
But the Horus Heresy is Marines.
Yeah. But back to the mech stuff, though. I think I'll definitely be picking up at least a little small allied contingent of that. I think they're going to be quite fun. I'm looking forward to seeing the rules and how they play. Zombie thralls thrown ahead of the main line could be quite funny.
Would almost make me want to do Iron Warriors and Legions. I hadn't already started painting my word bearers. I'm just holding out now for demons. That'll be the surprise announcement today. Is
well, it is
Ruin
Chaos
Storm.
Focus, isn't it? So we never know.
Was very interesting. I know the entire theme is like very chaosy. It was very interesting that they surrounded the Legion's logo in the 4 heads of the Chaos Gods. I would be so excited if they do demons at LI scale. Yeah. Hell yeah, please.
I think that'll be really fun. Talking of chaos, I picked up the Warhammer Warhammer Day miniature today as well. Again for my.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to use him as my Old Worlds wizard. So that'll be quite cool. It was not that bad. Accidentally slipped and bought myself a Warp Fire Dragon as well. But hey, these things happen.
It's your birthday.
Well, yeah, I've got to treat myself. It's not like I've already treated myself to 2 new 4K monitors that I'm staring into at the moment, but yeah.
No.
Never need an excuse. Tom Payne says maybe some Mars-themed scenery. That would be bloody awesome too. Yeah, I mean, something different from Civitas would certainly be really nice. James S says there's more solar, auxiliary, and marine models to come. Would be great to see something about this. Diadrin says 30k sabers. Legio Mortis says maybe some breaches, Volkite infantry for solar. And Cloud Chaser says Imperator Titan. Look, this is going to be my prediction. Schism of War book set on Mars. If you're going to release an Imperator Titan or any new Titan, now's the time to do it, boys. So come on, sort us out. Give the AT community as well something to get excited about behind this.
I would hope to see a release like that accompanied with some sort of supplement for AT at least.
Yeah.
Something to, Yeah.
For sure. Okay.
You know how they do a yearly annual of Kill Team as well?
Yeah. So we're at 1 minute 2, so hopefully the stream will be starting any minute, assuming that they are as prompt as we were today. I would imagine a big company like Games Workshop should be able to run their own Twitch stream effectively and on time.
This is
we'll
where
see.
we find out how synced our streams are.
Yeah, for sure.
Steam starts screaming and it's still like a
Yeah, well,
scream reveal or something.
Now we're talking. It's exactly 5 o'clock. So, and the stream hasn't started quite yet. But yeah, for those people who are watching this, you'll probably be watching it about twice as long behind the actual stream.
Ooh.
Here we go.
Hello and welcome to this
Yeah.
Warhammer Day Preview
Right.
2024. I'm Alex. I'm joined
Those
in the
new
studio
helmets
by
that they're
Nick.
going to start
Behind the
selling.
camera, we've got the indomitable
Be nice,
Raph, and
wouldn't
in the
it?
chat, the moderator.
I think they're going to.
It's Warhammer Day, everybody. Happy Warhammer Day, Alex. What a day
Happy
it is
Warhammer
as
Day,
well.
Alex.
Super excited.
Happy Warhammer
It's a
Day.
chance to celebrate everything that's great about Warhammer.
Indeed.
From building to painting, playing, collecting. We hope you're doing some Warhammer out there wherever you are in the world. And of course, we are live.
Yep.
So we'd love to see where you are.
They are like the ultimate crack dealers, aren't they?
To see what you're doing and where
Do you
you
reckon
are.
we could book out that studio
Doing
for
any
battle
hobby
reports?
Warhammer
Good,
this
wouldn't
weekend?
it? Remember to do your Warhammer, guys.
It's a good
Remember to
idea.
spend that money.
But do you know what? We've got a whole bunch of stuff to be showing you today.
I know fully well I'm
Very
going to go back
exciting
inside and
things,
do some
you know
Warhammer
that's
after
why you're
this.
here.
For sure.
What we got today, we've got quite a few bits.
Yeah, we're going to give you the first scoop on Warhammer Underworlds. We're going to be looking at the Mortal Realms.
Yes.
Some Warhammer 40,000, Kill Team, and
You have to wait till the
Legions
end.
Imperialis.
Oh, he
That's
still
what we
said
told you
Legions
about.
Imperialis,
There's
so
also
there is going to be
stuff
something.
we haven't told you about, so keep your eyes open for that.
Oh,
Should we get
a
started?
surprise.
Because the first thing we're going to be talking about is something I've been itching to talk about for months and months and months. It's finally here. Take a look.
Oh, okay.
A little bit of Underworldsy.
Oh, yeah.
More your bag, this, isn't it, mate?
Oh, yeah. Please don't make me have to buy all the cards again. Oh, God, they've got different card backs. No. Don't make me buy all the cards again, please. They look sick, though. Holy shit. Those
They
games look
always look good,
awesome.
don't they? They always look
Yeah. Warhammer Underworld's design team need serious money thrown at
I-
them because
good. Do you think that basically they go, okay, we've got a little mini box or something. How do we sell this stuff? Let's put some kind of animal in it that's vaguely amusing. That seems to be like certainly the MO for the specialist games at the moment. Let's put a fox with a ball in it, or a rat with a bomb on his back. But
those are some rules.
I've always liked
So, like,
Skaven.
it's always the vibe of like this is like a little passion project from a couple of sculptors. You know
Hi
what I
folks,
mean?
my name's Nick, and yep, you've just seen the new Warhammer Underworld's Ember Guard box. And
so
the
annoyed
big
about
news
how I'm
is,
getting new cards.
well, it marks the beginning of a completely new edition of the game. First up, what's so great about Warhammer Underworlds
It's very
anyway?
good, though.
It's a
played
perfect
it?
combination of
I've
a
never
board
played it,
game,
no.
a card game, and a miniatures game. So if
really
you've
should.
ever played
Got some spares,
literally
you can always
any
give me a game.
on a
I've got
table before,
so many
you'll be able to
spares.
pick it up with no problem at all. Games take about an hour
yeah.
to play, so you can get a few games in over an evening.
When I was,
and thanks to the huge combinations
working at,
allowed for by
Workshop,
warbands, card
that's
decks,
when,
and dice rolls,
Warhammer Underworlds,
you
the
can play
first edition
hundreds
came
of
out.
games and have them all feel
right.
different. There are
Fond
even
memories
different
then.
formats too. So if you just
No.
want to open a pre-built
Got
deck,
hooked,
shuffle, and
got
play,
hooked
you
early,
can.
though.
But if you want to test your dark powers of fate manipulation and fully design your own deck, well, you can do that too. This edition of the game is a total reset. Our rules
Adrian
designers
says
have
it's a
taken
good
the
game over a
chance to
few
redesign
beers.
the game from the bottom
Yeah,
up to be the most
that's my
balanced
sort of
it's
thing.
ever
I do.
been.
I love a deck
Removing
building,
feels bad
just
moments
game
like
generally.
rough hands of
So
cards you can't use,
You would
or
love it
having
then.
crits just
Deck
dominate the
building
game.
is
With a
nice. I
streamlined
don't know what the hell they're
it's
going to do
also
with
much
this edition,
simpler
but
to learn. This
it's
means
anything like the
Emberguard
last.
is the ideal starting point for people who are new to the game and battle-hardened veterans
Nick's
just
actually
like me. But
he
what
runs
else is
all of
new?
the
Well, gone are the
events
two
at
board setups,
Warhammer
and
World.
in comes the
He's
single
constantly
board.
posting in the
Designed
like
for
Underworld's
both players
Facebook
to
groups
use.
like all
It's
the
double-sided and can be
like
placed
rankings
just
for
about
their
any way
events. They
you
have like
and
weekly
crucially,
or
models will have
bi-weekly
to engage
events.
the opposing warband
And he's
straight
like,
away,
yeah,
making
he
games
really likes it.
even more action-packed from the start. Every warband now has a War Scroll card,
Oh,
detailing
damn.
what makes them unique in the game.
That's kinda
including
cool.
Some seriously cool
That's
special
making it a little
rules.
bit more
Talking of
accessible?
core cards, the power,
No,
objective,
complex.
and
Oh,
fighter
okay.
cards have been updated with artwork being replaced by
Wow, look at
stunning
that.
miniature shots,
Oh, wait.
meaning
Oh,
everything looks
no,
as
what?
good and shiny as Sigma.
They're getting rid of the art?
Not all factions and
The art
underworlds
was
play the game
like
in
some of the
same
best
way.
thing about that.
Some
Oh,
warbands
It's probably
are
too
slashing
expensive,
their
isn't
opponents
it?
Come
apart, while
on.
others prefer claiming treasure tokens.
The art was so
you might
sick.
prefer your
The art
warband
was
to
so
be a
good.
combination of both, or maybe a warband with some sneaky
That's really
tricks
lame.
up their sleeves. We've defined
Christ, we
these as
don't want
strike,
white dwarf photos
take
for
and hold,
fucking card
flex,
backs. Like, no,
and
come
finally
on.
mastery, meaning you can easily pick a warband that suits
I
your
try so
style of
hard not
play
to be a hater,
choose a
and they do
rival
shit
deck to
like this.
accompany it that you know
Yeah.
will work great. The action moves
Come
to
on.
Emberguard, the city
Oh dear,
of realm
he's
of
gonna
light.
upset
the
Johnny.
game is good.
This early
Yeah,
into
that's
the
it.
stream as well.
And are
That's
currently
it. Laptop
swarming
flip.
the
I'm
lands.
out. I'm going.
The vast mines below Emberguard, huge quantities of Emberstone,
but no, it is a very
Wellstone of
good game.
Akshi have
Very,
been
very good game.
found, and warbands flock
I've heard a lot of
to
good stuff
try
about
and
Kill Team Second Edition as
the
well.
Emberwatch
So
are Stormcaster
another reason to
tokens
pick up a
sent
box.
to the mines under Emberguard to protect
Although
the Emberstone
at the moment,
all
Tyranids
costs,
don't have a
while
Zicket's
team,
team, so I'm waiting.
Skaven
Surely
push to get
soon
their
we're gonna
clawed
get
hands on as
maybe even
much
this,
Emberstone as they possibly can.
maybe even
Of
this live
course,
stream.
more warbands will be on the way, so those mines are going to get pretty crowded. Oh, and one last thing. Speaking of warbands, if it's legal in organised play, you're going to be able to get it from Warhammer.com or your friendly local game store. It's as simple as that. So there
So
we
they're
go.
saying that they're not
It's
gonna
time
put-
for a new edition of a genuinely incredible game.
With some of it
and
all online
Warhammer
only or
Underworld's
something.
Emberguard is coming to a
Yeah.
tabletop near
Ah,
you soon.
right.
I don't know. I didn't quite understand what he meant by that.
No.
Interesting. Very weird turn.
So there we go. The brand
Grey
new
Knights and
edition
Custodians
of
don't have
Warhammer
kill teams
Underworld
either.
is here with the Emberguard
Yeah.
box. Super exciting, and
Feel like
glad
Curse Wolf,
Cat's
I'm
out of
waiting
bad
for the
on this
Leaper
one.
kill
It's
team.
been a long time coming.
It's like
That'd be cool.
It does indeed.
Full on,
We have had
um,
so much fun
Alien
playing it in the
style,
office.
you know.
We've got a little scoreboard up in the wall.
like, obviously, you know, we're going to get
You
Gene
can't get
Steelers, right?
enough of
Give
it.
us the
You've been winning
Leapers
most
as
of your games,
well.
I seem to remember.
Well,
They would be cool.
Now, of course, Warhammer Underworlds, if you've never played before, as the video just talked about, it's a fantastic game of cards and miniatures and board
I didn't
games
wear my
combined.
plaid
It's
shirt.
great for beginners
I
and
feel
for
like I'm
veterans alike.
missing out on the plaid shirt.
And this
Um,
new Underguard box.
we should
Team,
do
I didn't
it
get the
next time.
memo.
Good place to dive in if you
Yeah.
haven't already before.
Every-
And if you're
every
like me
live stream
and
as
you're a
well, we should
veteran
do it.
player, it's a great place to
Just
carry
come,
on your
just buy a
experience
dozen
as well.
different
And
coloured
now, one of the
plaid
best
shirts
things about
for
Underworld,
every single
one of the best things
podcast from now on in.
always been the miniatures. Ever since
Put
the
them right in
start, there's always
case.
been some great
Smash in
results
case
for
of,
Warhammer Underworlds, and this
Warhammer
box
live
is
stream.
no exception. And up on the screen now, I think we've got your favourite
We
warband.
do indeed. So this is
That's some cool
Zicket's
models.
Tunnel Pack. Now, one of the best things, as you said,
Tom's
is the
not happy about the,
miniatures. And, for Warhammer Underworlds,
the
the
artwork change
warbands
either,
between
so you've
sort
at
of
least got
3
somebody
and
to
5
hate
characters.
along with there, Johnny.
You can tell a
on,
story
thank
with
you.
each individual one. You're
Yeah,
not
no,
looking at a
it's
big squad.
a
So
joke.
this is Zicket, and he seems to at one point lost one of his claws, but he's high enough ranking that he's probably bullied some warlock engineer to kind of fashion him a new one.
Has he got a clause in his contract, Alex?
Oh. My favourite in the warband is Ritak there on his kill wheel. So I can imagine him just like tearing through the tunnels under Emberguard with that warp grinder on the front of it. Just
Warp
skewering
grinder is
everybody comes
cool.
across.
It's just so cool. And you know, I don't have to imagine it because you've done it to me multiple times on the table. My favourite warband are the.
Did they say they were
the
going to get
Emberwatch,
like
who
the
are
Sigma rules
Stormcast
as well
Tales of the
with
Vanguard
their
Chamber, sent
warbands?
down to the mines to protect the Emberstone.
We may have been
from
talking
pretty
over.
much everybody, especially. From
But,
screen here, we've got
you would have thought they would.
Aragorn, the
Helps out.
leader. How heroic is this miniature? He's got 2 hero rocks and flowing hair. That's how you are a paragon of order.
Bit
What a
low
great miniature.
detail
It's
on the
just-
old
It
fur
really
there.
is, and the whole warband's great. There we go.
Are they generally
On the
push
left
fit,
for us,
these
on the
ones?
right. And
All-
what's
yeah.
great
Yeah.
about these warbands.
Yeah, the idea
if
is
you're
that they're
a painter,
glueless.
Is that they provide such a nice little
So anyone can
project.
pick 'em up
a few
and-
models here or there. You're not painting
Right,
a whole
that's
army.
probably
but it's
why
good
then,
fun,
isn't
but
it?
sometimes just a little project, and these warbands provide a great chance to do that.
Yeah.
You painted your Skaven warband, didn't you?
Indeed. So this is your opportunity to sort of collect wide as opposed to deep.
It's exactly that. Hey, talking of talking of going deep, what a great segue.
What?
This
Cool.
is a new
Talking
set
about going
for,
deep, guys.
here's the Emberguard
He was just
Knight
like,
has
wait,
been-
where the
Yes, so
fuck is this
Emberguard is one
going?
of the cities that was set up at the end of
Prepare to
the Warrior
go.
Saga.
Anyway, no, I'm not
However,
going
it's
down
sitting
that rabbit
at an
hole.
Antine chain. You
No,
can see there
no.
that mountain range, and it's basically sat
Children.
between Akshi and the Nor. So when the Vermindune happened and there was this massive explosion, basically it is now sat on the border of millions and millions of Skaven that are seeking to break through and get into Akshi. Now, this
Those
city has been,
Skaven are
well, let's not say abandoned,
ready to get
but,
into
it's
action, and they're
certainly
gonna
not in a good
they're
shape.
gonna go deep.
And deep underground, you've got all the Emberstone mines. And unsurprisingly,
Maybe not.
Millions of
Skaven
Skaven going deep.
Emberstone. It's volatile. It's
All right,
explosive.
all right,
It's
Alex,
everything they
calm it
love.
down.
Sorry, yes. I'm going to
for
back a
similar
little bit.
reasons, I suspect we're going to see an awful lot of people coming here.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot more warbands coming,
yes.
that's for sure. Now, the game at its heart is the same game it always
They spend like
was.
their
The
entire
designers have
art.
taken a real good chance to sort of
Am I a
go
bit
back
quiet?
to
All right, here we go.
basics and sort things out
It looks like
and
they spent all
clean
their
things
art
up and make
budget
them more easy
on
to learn as
these
well. And
same
one of the things they've
three
done, which I
art
really
pieces
love,
that they're showing
is
on the
they've actually
screen.
defined the different
Um,
playstyle
This
of
is
the
it.
game.
This is the
Now,
entire
previously,
art.
gamers would have
Yeah.
talked
They-
about
they spend that instead of on the card.
Shit,
Flex
we've
warbands,
got
that
we
sort
got to
of
get
thing.
some on
We've
cards
actually
as
gone
well.
now
I'll just
defined the
put some of
four
the studio
different,
models out in
warband
front of
types
some
as
smoke
strike, take and
machines
hold,
and
flex, which is a combination of the other two, and mastery, which is sort of
I've given you a little bit of a boost, by the way, on the
and this is
audio, so
ideal
hopefully that'll
because
help
not
a
only
bit with
are
your
you used to
audio
card
levels.
games, you're probably already used to this sort of thing already. But it also means if you know your play style, if you like hitting stuff with a big club, you go for a strike warband. If you're a bit sneaky like yourself,
I wonder how many more times we'll see that same tunnel
which is
shot
really cool.
before they
And
finish.
actually,
Yeah,
in
literally.
the Emberguard box, there's a rivals deck.
What have you
that
got on your
comes
screen at the
and
moment?
There's one of each of those four.
just
in
make
there.
sure I'm in sync. Yeah.
Oh, so
The
these
cards.
4 decks. Can you use them with either warband?
Absolutely. In fact, any warband. So any deck in the game can be used with any deck at all. However, what the designers have done is they've defined the warbands as
That's
one
just
of
Johnny,
four, and each
talks
deck is
quietly,
one of those
carries a
four.
big
Which means
gun.
if you want to use a take and hold warband,
I've heard
it's
other
gonna be
things
ideal
as
to go
well
for a take and hold
from the
rivals deck
ladies.
as well, because that's going to suit their playstyle.
Damn.
But if you don't want to do that and you want to be a little bit more sneaky,
You're right. You can do that. You can take if you wanted to take a strike warband and a take and hold deck, you could, and you know what? That might surprise your opponent enough to get one up on them. No bad thing at all. Now, the
My
other thing
son
we
was
talked
asking
about
if he could
here
watch the
for
live
new
stream
edition,
to watch
just
me
the way it
live
looks,
stream
look at the
while I was doing it. I
cards.
was like,
The
best not.
photography here is it's just so
No,
good.
it's probably a
It's
good
artwork,
idea.
But now our photography team's taken the advantage of the great miniatures we have and just produced these incredible.
No, he's
upgrade
probably pretty
cards.
good with
We've got
tech.
the power cards, the gamma
Surely he's
cards, the
figured it
objective
out in the
cards,
other
fighter
Oh,
cards.
rooms.
absolutely.
He's just
Have
gonna
photography and it
Yeah.
just looks so
repeat some
good.
It
bits
better
to you
not be.
afterwards.
If this stream's quality goes down the pan, it's probably because my son started live streaming FIFA or something on the TV in the other room.
No.
You can instantly tell which is which.
You can. It's
He's
so
6.
Good. Now, one thing that's really exciting here is while it is on the way soon, you can actually see.
Twisted
games of
Titanicus says,
Warhammer Underworld
AKA
being
Love
played
Hammer. Is
really,
that
really soon?
is
because
that Johnny's
next
new nickname?
week at the Tampa Open,
Take it.
we are going to be showing a live
Been
stream
called
of
much
games,
worse.
of the new edition of Warhammer Underworlds. So please tune in right here on this same channel, and you can see the first games of the new edition being played. And I'm going to be there watching as
Just
well. and I
advertised,
can't
third party
wait. So there we go.
tournament.
Exciting.
It
right?
is.
Right, with that,
Let's have some
Pretty
beachhead
crazy.
love, guys. Come on.
Stay in the mortal realms. But
Yeah,
we're going to
yeah,
go somewhere
come
else,
on.
Alex.
Oh my god, can you
It's
imagine if out of the blue they were just like. Yep, you've
This
got
is
that
the
already,
Warhammer.
haven't you?
Yeah, the Warhammer Day miniature. Yeah, I
It's
picked him up. He's very
insanely
cool.
sick. I got the mage from Warhammer Plus subscription. You know, the one with all the familiars, like the cauldron.
I got the same one as well. That was originally going to be the one that I'm going to use. Maybe I'm just
Oh,
going to
yeah.
have multiple now.
Double mage, why not?
Oh, yeah, level 4 mage, level 2 mage.
So
Sorted.
that is the Slaves to Darkness getting their new battle tone.
That's very exciting. Of course, we've already seen the Skaven battle.
That is very exciting.
Stormcast tones are on the way.
Indeed.
This is the third battle tone, Slaves to Darkness, and leading the way
Yep.
is that fantastic new miniature we've just seen.
What? I thought it was supposed to be like an
Not
exclusive
mentioned
Warhammer
this,
Day
but
miniature.
Maybe we have a little bit, but it is Warhammer Day.
Happy Warhammer Day, folks.
Yes, and as part of Warhammer Day, we usually have a commemorative miniature, and this
Oh, no,
year's
they're just like,
Sarketh, Bane of Law.
showing it off
So he's
Okay.
a
already.
Chaos Chaos Sorcerer Lord, and these guys are obsessed with power, particularly arcane power, and kind of acquiring it. So they'll make dark pacts with things from the realms of chaos. They'll grab, whatever artifacts, cursed or not, there may be about. And Zarketh really embodies this beautifully. He's got everything from bones. There's a femur there at his side. He's got scrolls. He's got a book.
It wouldn't be chaos if there
he's
wasn't
got a staff
bones.
with a skull in the center of it. What more can you want?
It's a great mod.
And
It's like
spikes.
burning
And
green
spikes.
natural energy. I love it. He is going to be.
Thing is,
available,
I like that
very, very
they've
soon.
retained a lot of the old chaos
Pre-order on the 5th,
warrior aesthetic as well. Like he's going to fit in really well to my old world's army.
On the community website for details there.
Are you going to do the conversion that everyone
Now,
should
Alex,
do, and everyone
normally when
pretty
we
much
think
has
about
done
Slave
with the Stormcast guy on the dragon?
Yes,
That's on the chaos
yes,
site.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure,
Yeah.
absolutely. I've
Yeah.
seen
You're
that
going to do
already.
split heads, and
But there's
I think
something really interesting about this new.
who's
Slave
that guy that
Stuff
does
frame.
all the
We're gonna
conversions
expand
on
our
YouTube?
breadth of,
He did one of them
knowledge
as well.
Of the Slave
sure.
of Darkness.
The
And coming here, first up.
Oh,
this
Peter
is
Wargamer-
the
yeah,
Dark
Peter
Oak
Wargamer's a guy.
Blazes Spearhead.
Yeah,
coming
I think
alongside the
was
book.
it him? I don't know, but
Which
yeah,
is great. Don't worry,
insanely
Slave fans,
sick.
the original Blood Legion is still legal and good to
You're gonna
use.
get these
This
guys
is
for
an
your,
extra spearhead you can use as well.
or whatever
No,
they're called, the rabble.
You know,
Full of quick
you know
and
what? No,
speedy
I'm
warriors.
not. If I want any Marauders, I'm just going to buy the old world's one
Ravages
because
on
they're
the left and
significantly
Marauders on the
cheaper.
right and the right
Yeah,
and the
and
left
actually,
as
to be
well.
honest, they're probably
They are just
scaled
great
down
to
enough where
find
it's gonna,
for
you know.
I think the thing that I'm looking forward to most is how simple the models are from back then, and they still look good. Like I love the quality of the new models. Don't get me wrong, but they take significantly more time to paint than they used to back in the old days,
including the dead.
so to speak. So
The Savages.
I think I'll be
they've gone
sticking
a
to the
little
old
obsessed
Marauders.
with
As
fulfilling
good as these
their
looked,
Yeah.
And so they've
Mhm.
kind of
I like the
started
old
to
school
head down
aesthetic for the
their
most part.
path to glory a little bit.
That's quite
Grim
So,
reckons Primarchs.
Speaking of oaths,
Yeah.
there is an
I think
interesting.
they've hinted that
mechanic.
those are
there
coming
is.
at some point,
Instead,
right?
these
So it'd be nice to
guys
see
can,
that.
use oaths like
It's a
they do,
hopeful
like you do with
prediction.
Warcry or
Yeah.
Underworld
Same
before.
here.
They can use
Yeah,
oaths and
maybe I think
prepare
and
battle
they're
tactics
gonna
and oath, and if
they're gonna
they
get
manage
like
to score it, they can
the
also
majority of the stuff
command
out of the
on
way
same card,
first,
which
right,
is a
and
really
then
cool
just start
little
doing
mechanic.
Legion specific stuff.
But there we go. And also,
I will
just
take it
about
if they're going to do it.
just
They've
about
started
everything you see
doing
in front of you has the
Legion
reinforcement
specific
keyword,
stuff
so
with
it just
the
all comes back
Formations
all
of
the time.
Legend.
Oh, you love it. But that's not the only
Wonder
thing
what the
we're
surprise
coming
thing's gonna be at the
alongside
end.
Slaves of Darkness, which, of
Gothic.
course, there is another new miniature
You
too.
reckon Gothic?
This
Oh
guy.
god, I'm gonna.
Oh, that's nice.
That's expensive, that is nice.
Now this one.
You know
comes
what
with,
all these
head
kits
option
are
and an
absolutely
option
amazing
to
for?
swap out the top of that,
More time. Get on it,
stack
Alex.
bed.
Let's go.
Yeah,
If you wanna have
true.
multiple of
Yeah,
them,
for sure.
yeah, you've got plenty of options.
Got the rules. We've got everything ready to go.
Although Stu in our local area, he's a square base fascist, so he won't let me use my round bases.
What is nice is that we've seen the Skaven book
and more
come out
time?
already, and it's just
Well,
nice to see
he's
that
very
this book
anti-round
sort of
base.
confirms
Wait,
this is the
Stu
format of
that does the
battle
Stu
more
Stu,
time
yeah.
events.
My mate
Stu,
Stu.
yeah.
Oh no,
So
I've
the book contains
round based
everything
him.
that typically you would
Okay,
expect,
maybe he's
you've
just
got
being
loads of
difficult for
rules
me
and
then.
Background, but the way it's been put together, the way the narrative has been crafted, it just flows brilliantly. You've got
It's a
lots
cool,
of short
cool battle tome art.
stories, lots of
Like, this is where all the art money's gone.
artwork. Everything comes together to make it just genuinely a really nice book to read.
It sounds like it's much like really good, going to be good fun
Oh,
to get
that's
into and just
sick
keep reading
art.
and reading and reading. If normally you play the games and you might not read the lore, you really want to start doing. And
So what do we know
it's
about
just
that
so
that
good.
is on the horizon for next year? Because the Death Core of Krieg, I was talking about this with Jim from Twisted Titanicus. That's
yeah.
rumoured to be a 2025 release.
Fantastic art. Absolutely
Could
beautiful.
that be
And
a
Seems like a
surprise?
really weird thing to
That's
release.
well.
Dunno.
I like the fact that you talked about before that the lore is told from a
I
certain
don't think
point of
people
view in
like
this
them
book.
that
Yes.
much.
So
I have
No?
a
we've got certain characters that
I
are
have a-
basically giving you
Death Corps-
the on the ground
small Death
kind of
Corps army
reporting, as
Resimon
it were.
from
I like.
back in the day,
So for
but
the Slaves to Darkness, we've got Gunnar
Didn't-
Brand
you
and
know.
Brands, and that's his tribe.
I really
They
get the
are-
vibe that
they are
enough
nice.
people
Monsters on
wanted
Warhammer
them.
Plus,
Yeah.
got models. They've got a book, in fact.
Like, if they're gonna
and
do these
basically,
big
by using
releases,
these characters, we
no,
give you
it'd be cool, though.
kind of
Yeah,
that
for sure.
Be quite like to finish the
personal
army off.
touch to the story. So the Dark Oath themselves, as we've said, they're not the big armored chaps. These
Krieg
are the
January.
guys that they're the descendants of those that were
Could
left
be then.
behind
Could
once
be
they were
Krieg.
treated back through
Yeah,
the gates
I'll take
of
it.
Azir,
I'm still
and
fingers
they just
crossed
had
for an
to do
Imperator.
whatever they had to do to survive. And they
Or
make up the
80
vast
version 2.
majority
Put
of
a penny in the
worshippers of
jar.
Luna's powers.
It's so cool to see that variety added to the book. And in fact,
Is it going to become the new
as
squat
other battlefields as well,
squat
in terms of
clock thing?
gameplay
Every
too,
time somebody
it
mentions an
really
Imperator
speaks
Titan, the
towards
clock
that
gets
and
reset.
as well. as in fact one of the battle formations in the game for your Age of Sigmar games is Dark Oath Horde, where if you take an army
Next
of
to
Dark
Plastic
Oath, they can just
Thunderhawk.
keep coming back and keep coming back all the time, which is great.
Legion Mortis asking, do you think the Mechanicum will be released this year?
I pledge units.
Yeah,
to
I think so.
Dark-
I
the
think
Dark
probably
Gods during the
like
game and game
when
bonuses
was the
as they go.
anniversary? Sort of early
Get your
December.
narrative
So
prayer.
maybe we'll
There's
see them
3
maybe
half
in
glory campaigns
end of
in there,
November, beginning
to
of December.
pledge your oaths
That's
to
my
Dark
gut.
Gods. And there's an Army of Renown in
I think
here
next
as
year.
well, which you're really excited
You think
about.
early next year?
Indeed. So this is
I think early next year.
Legion of the First Prince. So as we know, the Slaves to Darkness, they're not one big
It's a
monolithic
good old
faction.
piece of artwork that is
In
of old.
theory, Archaon is in charge
What's
of
his face?
everybody, but,
Bellicor. That is
He's got
Bellicor.
his own dealings
That is
going on,
Bellicor.
his own machinations. And so if you want to
Also
play
a damn
Slaves to
cool
Darkness
model.
army, there's just a little
Bellicor
bit
is here to
different.
lick your face.
Bellicor's Legion of the First Prince is where you want to go, because you can take the Legionnaires, the Centurions, you can take lots of demons as well. It's very cool.
It's even got its own enhancements, spell.
Damn, Alex is making me want to paint some Chaos Warriors.
And there's something else we really liked as well, looking through this book, which is one of the
In
regiments.
time for C-word.
It's called God-marked Ascendant. And
With
this
the C-word.
essentially allows you to use
C-word decorations
amazing
in
Demon Prince
supermarkets.
Yeah.
in any of the 4 armies.
Bigger
you see on
aisles
the
for
left
them
there.
than the
So
Halloween
Blade
decorations.
Lord,
I
Substance,
was
Magic and of Nerve,
furious.
Nuts, Smash, you can all have access to.
That C-word. Okay, I'm with you.
That C-word, yes. Oh, were you just like, oh, what the fuck is he talking about?
I was like, is he expecting me to drop a C-bomb like on a live stream? We won't get monetized much from this, but like we'll get something.
Come by the Dark Gods.
Unless I drop a C-bomb halfway into it.
You know, you can make him corn flavored or Slaneshi flavored, etc. And this is the perfect opportunity to put him in those armies.
Frankly, is finding an excuse to put a great model in your army, not what Warhammer's all about. Really. Okay, so there we go. Slaves to Darkness coming very, very soon for Warhammer Age of Sigmar. But now it's time to take a look at some
Okay, here we
big
go.
boxes
What
that
we
are on
got?
the way soon.
Big boxes. Don't care. But that's Sisters, isn't it? Ciao. I saw a meme on Facebook the other day about just taking 250 Kroot Hounds as your Warhammer army. These are the
Honestly.
Christmas boxes, aren't they? These are the Christmas Battle Force boxes for this year.
Oh my god, is the Tau one just next? Because that's
Night one's pretty good.
Okay.
Socks.
Okay. I wish they'd do a box with less infantry for Cities of
There we
Sigmar, because
go.
I've got
Tis
tons
the
of that
season
already.
for
It's the other
battle
stuff I
forces, of
need.
course, and this year is no exception. Some
Yeah,
fantastic
the
battle
Flash
forces
Eaters
coming our way in the
Corpse
holiday
one looks
season.
good.
You know what? They're a bit different
I
this
love
time
them.
round.
How
Now,
so?
as always,
different.
the battle forces are a great way to start collecting your army.
Wasn't a big
It's
fan of
given, right?
their,
and they're a great thing to have for a holiday gift or even
like giving
to
them
treat yourself
weapons
over the
and
holiday period.
armor and stuff like that, and mounts.
You get me one,
Actually,
I'll get you
the
one, that's
vibe
all.
has grown on me a little bit.
But what's also good here as
I
well
think
is
if
they've
you
been
painted
specifically
them, like,
designed so that
really,
going alongside the combat
like
patrols or
rusty
spares, there's
and
not gonna be too much,
grimy,
sort
grimdarky.
of, duplication.
Have
so
it
that
kind of like a
you
Dark
might think, oh, you
Souls,
get
Elden
both
Ring
boxes.
vibe.
And furthermore,
Really, really cool.
they've all been designed in
some
such a way
fabric or
that they
something, give them
represent a specific
cloaks.
detachment or battle formation in either 40k or
Okay,
AOS,
so
which
these
is really
are
clever.
themed around
So let's go through
Battle
and see. I
Force
know Kate's back up on
detachments.
screen there. Let's have a really good look at each one.
That's
Starting
a
with, I
box.
think, your favourite.
Indeed.
Jesus.
Tau Retaliation Cadre. Now, one of my favourite aspects of Tau, and I think a lot of people...
Retaliation.
Tell me your
Tau
favourite film is Pacific Rim.
When you absolutely, positively have to retaliate to every in the room, except no substitutes.
So much firepower.
Just the coolest
Why have they
model.
not got,
I
like,
really think the
can we
Ghost
just have
Killer is one of my favourite
I
models.
want
in
Crisis
40K.
Suits in
They
there.
just
I'd
look
buy it
great, don't they?
immediately.
And the Retaliation Cadre is itself a detachment in 40k, all about taking battle suits. Perfect. They make your guns super powerful and blow your enemy away with even more ease than before. So yeah,
With even more ease than before.
up next we've got
Because
the
the town
Necrons
needed more.
and the Hypercrypt Legion. In the middle there we have the Catan.
Gundam the box
Gundam
set,
Catan,
Cursed
the
Wolf
Void Dragon in
says.
the middle, of course. Now you've noticed that there's quite a theme running here.
Yes, so for many of these box sets, you'll see there is a focal point, a single miniature. You know,
Yeah.
it might be
Void
a large
Dragon
miniature,
is just
huge
a gorgeous
This
miniature.
one, obviously,
Yeah.
with the Void
Like,
Dragon,
insanely cool.
One is an amazing miniature. And
Damn.
just
I like the Lord
sat
at the
there in
front
middle
as
of it,
well.
it
That's a
really
really nice
draws you
model.
in.
It makes a
Definitely
That's the
seen it
newer
before.
one. I think it's the
Yeah.
translocation shroud one or something like that.
It's just really, really cool. The Hypercrypt Legion
Like
itself,
floating in the air.
is a detachment. Again, allows you to
Real sick.
phase your models out in the middle of the game and to zip them around all over the place, which is really cool. Very Necron, and that's just a great box set. Up next, we've got the Adeptus Sororitas. Here we have the Penitent Crusader host, and the Penitent host.
Hey, look,
in
it's
the
that guy
rules
from
makes
Blackstone
them all
Fortress.
faster, stronger,
Where,
hit
where,
harder,
where?
and all the things you don't want to
Oh,
attack,
yeah.
like those Arcoflagellants.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm on,
the Confessor.
Sisters of Battle.
I was looking
Yeah.
for the Redemptor. You know, the one with the massive
These
eviscerator.
work really well with the
Oh, no,
combat
no, no,
trolls. And this one in particular, I think the two merge beautifully to give you a full army.
Nice
Gotta
big army
reuse
there,
those sculpts.
definitely here. So grab hold of that one. Then we've got some big stompy war machines. It's the Imperial Knights coming in with the Valor Strike Lance.
How much do you think these are going to be then? Because that knight on its own is
So
what
your
over
armages
it's about
are
100 quid, isn't it?
Hellbournes,
50 odd
make
quid
that
for
as a
two of the
paladin or an
knights.
errant. And
So
I
that's
suspect
probably
this is a
close
bit
to
of,
200 quid's
mental
worth of
math
stuff.
here,
So what do you reckon?
I'd say it's
150,
1
140?
I think that's a full army.
Oh, yeah.
That's a great
160,
shout.
yeah,
And
140
it'd be a
maybe.
wonderful way to start your force and it'd be complete it pretty much at the same
No,
time.
these Christmas ones are usually
up next,
really-
we've got the Dark Angels.
really nicely
This
valued,
is
aren't
the
they?
Inner Circle Task
Yeah, for sure.
Force. And talking of centerpiece miniatures, is there anything much better than a Primarch? There's the
That-
lion
that's
right
a really
there,
pretty
leading the way,
box
surrounded
set,
by
innit?
his Deathwing.
Just all
And
of the
it's great.
cool models.
The lion, notably the only person important enough to have.
Just I don't think I
watches
could
in the
deal
dark.
with the
Important
stigma
raw
of
fact.
collecting Dark Angels. You know?
Yeah, the Deathwing Task Force. The Inner
Oh, you
Circle
brought
Task Force, sorry, is
traitors.
indeed
Me,
a
me, 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 me,
detachment
me.
from the Dark Angel Codex. Lets you sort of have loads of great enhancements and strats for Deathwing, but also nominating objectives.
AJ Mortis says 130. Yeah, I think it's probably going to be somewhere in that region, isn't it?
Ones. Let's take a look at the Citizens of
130.
Sigmar battle forces. And up first, we've
You
got
know
the
what? This is
Founding
actually
Foray
useful for
from,
me because I don't have any of the
Citizens of Sigmar
handgunners, and they're the ones that I need. In fact, it's only
this is another great box set.
Apart
And you know,
from
talk about the fact that
the cavalry.
the spearhead. Well, this is ideal because the spearhead's got your steel.
I've got an
helms and a
ogre, but
cannon.
the rest of it
This
I
has
don't
got your
have.
Fusiliers and a cannon.
That's actually a really cool
Exactly.
box.
And if you
Yeah.
got both, you'd have a great army. This has got,
Got the command set as well. That really. Oh, it's got both command sets. It's got the.
the command core at the front and more cavaliers as well.
Jesus.
It's just a
Wow.
Not bad.
to set of
Not
miniatures.
bad.
They are so beautiful, and another marshal there as well. Yeah, it's a great all-round box set. That
Cities
one.
of Sigmar, they've
and you can use it
absolutely
as your
nailed the vibe.
Iron World Guild
100%.
army to add,
It's
entry
so
points to all your
cool.
shooting weapons because there's loads of those, or your
sure.
bulwark zone
Lannisters.
battle formation, and you could fortify your army before the game begins and have them all dug in, which is great. Up next, an army that would never be dug in. It's the Auric Warclans and the Wrecker Mob box. Oh man, that looks big and angry. And I love
Yeah.
it.
This is another clear example of like a big focal point miniature there with that Morgrunter. You can build it in a couple of different ways, and that's another thing with these boxes is that you don't have to build them.
It's another
exactly as you
good-looking
see on
army, that.
screen. You can make of them what you want.
Yeah, there's Ravagers either side at the front. You can build as one of two different ways, and I mean those are boys.
Right, we're done. Come on, fast forwards.
Cool.
Let's
Yeah.
see the
Favorite boxes.
let's see the more interesting stuff.
Give anything away. Wrecker Mobs, all Iron Jaws.
They've run out
get
of
it if they're
arts,
new
haven't they?
models, but like,
Auric Warclan,
yeah. Guys, looking at the
cards
time, like,
hit
come on, we've got to
a
stretch
train.
this out.
They really do. So they're great stuff. Up next, I think the one you got your
The interns and the
BD
community
Undead
team are
Ion
still
Alex,
putting out the
it's
posts on.
Flesh Eater Courts,
Or even
Charnel
slower
Guard
pan.
Jury. Tell me about these guys. There's a lot of those Morbeg Knights at
That's
the
it.
back.
You get 6 Morbeg Knights
know,
here,
like-
as you said, if you mixed it in with the spearhead. that's
Why is it not cool to do those 90s style white
centerpiece of
transitions
this is
anymore?
probably
Like,
just this whole
that's what we need here.
No,
We need
that-
some kind of like swirly white transitions,
a little bit of
in and out,
Word art.
He's able to see
Yeah.
things as they are.
flying in.
However, that means that he has to kind of dial it up a little bit in order to not be found out. Hence his intestinal wig.
Yeah, sure. When the only guy in your army that's got sanity is
Intestinal
the
wig.
guy wearing the guts for a wig,
Yeah.
you've got
Yeah.
problems. Really cool box set, that one. I'm terrified of it. The last one we have here is the Maggot
I
King
love
of
that they
Nurgle.
redid that model.
This is the Shudderblight Cyst. And
A
that
model
is an
that I
absolute
didn't think they
beautiful
could
box.
improve on.
It's got
And
You mean the original guy with the scythe on the sword? On the
Shining Harbinger
yeah,
of
on the
Decay
horse,
in
yeah.
centre,
on the horse.
and the plague
God,
lords at the back as well. What a great!
that's the
great
kind of
box
model
that
that you
is.
buy just to
So
paint,
I
you
know
know?
a huge amount of people
yeah.
that have picked up that.
That's it,
Harbinger
that's the one to
Decay
have on the shelf.
just
That's the kind of model you want to put some nameplates on. Talking of nameplates,
on the mantelpiece.
Battle Builder is
I
now
reckon I'll give
live.
you right now over at Essen, a Golden Demon.
Whoops.
I reckon we'll see a few.
Sorry.
Now this worked really well with the
I
Affliction
couldn't
Cyst
resist.
battle formation, so that your Blight
Very
Lords,
exciting.
those guys flying on huge rock flies, can just be picked up and put down somewhere else in the battle to really cause your opponent problems.
They're already terrifying.
Just a great box. And again, ideal alongside the spearhead, which is full of plague bearers. So brilliant.
I do
There
like
we
what
go.
they've done there,
That's
though.
the
There is an
battle
obvious
forces that
overlap,
are
isn't there,
coming
between
very
like the
shortly for
spearhead
Olympic period.
boxes
They
and
are
stuff,
available while
which
stocks last,
is
so if you want hold one,
is
make
good
sure
to
you get it as
see.
soon as you can.
Yeah, they
Or
seem to
not an
really-
overlap, but like a
Something
parallel.
no one knows
them in.
about yet.
Mm.
Right.
Yeah, my friends picked up the spearhead for. Ooh.
Is this Warhammer TV stuff? Or is this merch?
Told you they're doing helmets.
I mean, you know that we're going to get helmets for the show if they release helmets.
Weta Workshop. Well, they've cancelled the show, haven't they?
Have they?
I mean, come on. What do you take us for?
Without a doubt, the most iconic artifact weapon in the old world.
I mean, as soon as we knew we were working with Warhammer, this is the one that I wanted. Really to do, like, no questions asked. This was the one.
Galmraz, the Skull Splitter. For us, this is Warhammer. If I picture Warhammer in my head, I have Galmraz.
You have a Warhammer
So
in
this
your
was the big
brain.
one. What we then
when you
realized
picture
is that
Warhammer.
when you scale that up to life size, the proportions are not correct. I mean, it's made for me.
When I think of Warhammer, I think of
It was really cool to kind of see
Cheesy
the
chips.
design team work through these problems iteratively over the course
I
of a
think of
series
whippy sticks
sculpts
and emotional trauma.
models.
Whilst I'm not going to claim to be any
Jade
kind of
found the
leading
red whippy
personified
sticks in the
smith,
Legion spots,
I've definitely put my heart and soul
and
into
I started
this
like
piece.
brandishing them. And I was like, no.
Unbelievably
They
important.
got banned at my Games Workshop.
You'll send me back to
Bring it to life
you'll send me back to that
in
place
full
and time
scale
again, and I won't leave my room for a week.
cosplayers and LARPers can use. It's such an honor.
Come on, let's see it. Let's see it.
Very sick.
That's a 3D render, though, right? Let's see the proper thing.
No, that's the proper thing, right? They've got nice ambient lighting on it.
Maybe.
I don't think that's a 3D render.
I don't know. It looks a bit 3D-ish to me, but even so, very cool. Can't afford one.
Yeah. I wish.
I'm going to start a GoFundMe. Start a GoFundMe on Patreon. So you have to, all of you have to join Patreon so that I can buy myself a Galmraz.
The Warhammer, the Warhammer that the game's named after.
Let's create
Galmraz,
a
of course, the iconic weapon
pyramid
from
scheme, and we
both
can
Warhammer,
all
the old world and all the way
own
through to
partial
Age of
shares
Sigmar,
of your
course.
Galmraz.
Tell me
Yeah.
why it's so important to
Loan it
So
out.
this is the Warhammer.
I'm going to have to answer this one.
starter
Kurswolf said you're planning to
This
add
is the
other
hammer
fonts to
that
Battle
Sigmar
Builder. Yeah,
picked up
that will be
after
coming,
he came
and
saved
we will be
Dragon
adding
Age,
them
hiking of the dwarves.
incrementally
Originally it was made for them,
with new
but
styles
after he
as we
arrived and he picked it up
release
through
them.
a whole
So
host of orcs,
a lot
and
more of
he
that to
saved
come.
the hiking gift.
If you've got any suggestions for fonts you'd like to see in it,
Now,
then by
after
all
all of
means you
that,
can email it
folks
us
at home
at
can own it themselves.
admin@battlebuilder.com.
and have it on the mantelpiece at home.
Has to be a
Always
Google
perfect
font
for
though.
cosplay.
Exactly that. Now I've seen the dwarves made out of Gromril.
Yes.
Now this one is made of injected molded foam with a glass core. So it
You
will
don't think that
sit
looks
on your
like a
mantelpiece
3D
and not
render?
fall through it.
It's
but
foam.
yeah, it's going to be ideal for displaying or your cosplay. And we're
It's
gonna
not
have
metal,
get
it's
one
foam.
here shortly.
Well,
Oh.
I think it would work perfectly.
I only
It's a
wondered if I
cosplay
could
one.
actually
I assumed
split
it was
skulls
one
with
of
it.
the Weta
Wow, can't
Workshop
wait for that
like
to come.
heavy metal ones, but it's
Let's
a
have
cosplay.
quick talk about something else now. It's
practically a fucking LARP hammer.
A big Warhammer.
I mean, if that is it, it looks good for a LARP hammer, but like, you know, I need to prepare for the zombie apocalypse, so
Got a glass core, so it'll
because
fucking
while I've got you on camera
clatter.
and I've got you in the seat, and you're our lore master, I wanted to ask you, who are the Mechanicum in Horus Heresy?
So the Mechanicum are the precursors to the Mechanicus that we see in the 40k universe. And basically, after the Treaty of Olympus Mons,
That was a quick
where the
jump,
Emperor
wasn't
basically united Terra.
That was a
and
really
Mars,
odd jump.
The Mechanicum are the
They
faction
spent
that
too long
doesn't
talking
have,
about those fucking box
They
sets.
provide the
maybe
manufacturing.
is this us? Is this us? Let's pay attention.
Ships, you name it. They have essentially fueled the Great Crusade, and as these expeditionary forces go out and claim new planets, you know, they've claimed various forge worlds and stuff on the way, you know, as you do.
Of course you do, naturally. Now we've already seen the battle group that got revealed on Warhammer Community quite recently. But I wanted to ask you while you're here. These all
Okay.
look so exotic and cool.
Here we go.
Tell me about
Here
these
we go.
versions, man. What are they?
Pay attention, boys.
Beautiful range for the Legio side.
They do look nice, don't they?
Vorax,
Slow
they're
pan.
up on the left. They're sort of like insectile ones. One of my favourite things in here is the Arlatax. You'll see them up in the middle, in the top there. Now, we've had rules, we've had lore for them. but this is the first time we're getting a miniature.
Oh, that's super
So
exciting.
these are
They're definitely going to be coming to big scale, aren't they?
So you just imagine that sort of Legio Cybernetica unit of that size just flying towards you. Absolutely brilliant.
My Solar Auxiliary forces will be quaking in their boots. But let's have a look at some of the smaller miniatures, perhaps. There we go.
Is this it?
Yeah,
though?
plenty of
I'm
Tech
really
Files,
like,
there in the middle,
like we've
all the
obviously
dollars
seen
are.
all of this, right? So I really hope this isn't it.
I love the fact that they're so detailed and look so uniformed in this colour scheme like this as well. Such variety to the force.
That's it. Yes. So in all of the battle group boxes, we've had a great variety, but particularly in this one, the Mechanicum, it's just absolutely fantastic. Have such a range.
Now, you're probably sat at home thinking, Games Workshop, we've already seen these. Why are you
Yes,
talking
we
about
are.
Mechanicum? And the reason we are is because, well, the Mechanicum's just one half, right?
Yes. So
One
these
half,
models can be
Dark
used by the
Mechanicum.
Mechanicum, but also the Dark Mechanicum.
Here we go.
Okay.
So the Dark Mechanicum.
What is that?
Essentially the.
Johnny's all of a sudden starting to collect Dark Mechanicum.
So you have with them various prescribed technologies.
You know what? They kind of look a
One of the
little bit
things
like
you
I
did
imagined
is open the
those
box of Mark.
walkers from the
within
Gaunt
there
Ghosts
with
Necropolis
various technological developments,
book.
plans and
Apart from they
things.
don't have like, I think
And
there was like a
one of
bubble, wasn't
those
there? Like,
came to
but like
fruition
that sort of
as the
insectoid
Cerberus
style.
Overlord Heavy Stalker. as you can see.
Overlord.
Oh, there's the miniature.
Overlord
oh,
Heavy
that's
Stock.
cool. That it
Is
looks
it-
so insectile.
Is that
and
Titan-sized?
strange. I love it.
You can imagine
Can we
it
use that in
scuttling
can we use that in
across the sands
Titanic?
of Mars.
Absolutely can. It's great. So this is the kind of thing we can expect from the Dark Mechanicum Force. Now,
Indeed.
do they carry the same weapons that the Mechanicum
It's night
have?
size, isn't it?
To a degree, so the vast majority will be, relatively familiar to those who play the Mechanicum.
That's
but
really
you've
cool
also
looking.
got horrifying weapons like the exoplane.
It looks so different as well.
Because you can imagine that the Imperium is pretty okay with horrific weapons.
Yep.
So to have a prescribed weapon by the by the Imperium means that it must be.
If it's night size, give us
That's
a
banned by the
fucking
Imperium.
terminal.
It's that bad. That's crazy. Well, these guys are absolutely terrifying. Now, I wanted to say what's really exciting here is this is the first time in any of Games Workshop's games, I think, that we actually be able to play the Dark Mechanicum as a playable faction on the tabletop.
Indeed. We've seen a few characters
Yeah.
that kind of lean in that direction.
Which is
but
going to
as
come
a
in the
full
book,
faction,
The
yes,
Schism of Mars.
This is the first time.
Really exciting.
Now, if you want the rules for these,
Schism of
and
Mars.
for the Mechanicum, you're going to need to grab the Rise of
Rise of the Dark Mechanicum.
book.
Close enough.
Inside here, we've got all the
I'll
things you
take it.
expect. So we've got loads of lore, we've got the rules, you've got battle groups, plenty of beautiful models, and one of my favourite things, unsurprisingly, is the narrative of the fall of Magma City. So if you're familiar with the
Fall of Magma
Mechanicum,
City, there you go, Schism of Mars.
maybe you've read some of the
Kinda
horse
called
strategy
it.
books, you'll have heard of this Pluvial Maximal's city that eventually gets destroyed during the Schism of Mars, and this is the first time we see the Stalkers in action.
This is absolutely brilliant. So there we go.
Heresy players on life
that's
support.
the first of the Dark Mechanicum we've seen. There's going to be more coming, of course, scuttling its way
Still
towards
one
more
us.
coming.
And
Just
if
like-
you want to see that, of course, keep your eye on the Warhammer Community
I won't sell my
website,
collection.
specifically on
Well,
Heresy
yeah, no, happy with
Thursdays,
that. I think
where more
that's
may
enough
well be
to keep me
revealed in the
hard.
future.
I mean, to keep me
Alex,
interested
That's
for
all a bit grim and dark and bleak. Should we have a look at something a bit more light-hearted?
a little bit. No, back to that stuff.
Prepare a feast in the field.
Oh, come on, bro. No.
Make a pie crust from compressed carb bars and fill it with a
could be
tin
sick,
of
though.
Munitorum issued nutrient paste. Bake it on the exhaust
Oh my
of
God,
a
they're
leaving
doing
rust
squats.
until it's
Christmas
piping
model,
hot.
model, isn't it?
Sausages are a great snack when behind enemy lines. To cook them, borrow a shovel from one of the Kriegers, ignore the heavy breathing, stick it over a fire, and give them a sizzle. As it's a special occasion, you could dunk them in a mug of gravy, too. You should be able to find a chem-frozen bird in the officer's mess.
Rattling's kill
Roast it,
team.
Slather it with promethium gel, set it alight with a shot from your las gun, and run. Remember, too much and it'll be cremated. Too little, and you might as well eat a mortar round. Bon appetit!
Okay.
This is a great model. What a cool
Indeed.
model.
So this is provisionally prepared. So this is one of our commemorative models, and there's usually several of these scattered throughout the year, but this is the holiday season one.
Yeah, not wrong.
Yeah,
It
thought so.
makes me feel
Holiday
just happy and joyous
one.
looking at it. And it's just the
Oh,
coolest
yeah.
little model. A really nice little painting project perhaps for the
Indeed.
holidays to
Need
designed to
a
be painted and enjoyed, really.
need a nameplate on that bad boy.
I've got questions, right? So we're in the grim darkness of the far future, Alex. These are ratlings. How have they got themselves a lunchbox full of pies, chicken, and sausages?
So ratlings are
Chickens still
not
exist in the 41st
interesting,
millennium,
and
apparently.
they're not greatly liked a lot of the time, so they're not.
I don't
usually
think that's real
provided
meat.
With the tools that they need. However,
Turns out
ratlings,
it's
they
actually
take upon themselves to acquire
like
those,
part
so
Kroot
let's
Hound
try
or
it.
something.
Why not raid the officer's mess?
Vespid.
Grab as much food as you can.
There's a major gone without his chicken dinner somewhere at some
He
point.
sat down somewhere and some chef is about to
And
get,
those ain't no sausages.
unfortunate telling off.
It's just a great miniature. Such good fun. And yeah, it's going to be available over the holiday period, coming soon while stocks last. So get hold of that if you.
How does the Imperium seem to have an endless supply of
Eunuchs?
sausages?
Hey, you know what? You like
Wait,
ratlings.
why do all the
I like
Space Marines look like
ratlings.
Ken
Pretty
dolls
small
under
ratlings.
there?
That looked like Orc Commandos. Yeah.
Okay, second Orc team before Tyranids. I won't
Oh,
be
no,
mad.
yeah, okay.
Won't be mad.
Oh, these are replacing the Commandos, right? Because Commandos are being like legacied.
Are they?
I think so they're one of the ones which are only going to be supported for like the next year or something. There you go, more
Also
Ratlings.
squad
Here's the
team.
Ratlings
Extremely cool.
kill team. My plans may have changed for Beachhead. Calling it now. Dibs on those Ratlings.
You better put it in the WhatsApp chat right now, or someone else will put dibs on it.
I'm live streaming this to everybody. This is no. You can't get more kind of on the record.
Okay, that is Kill Team Brutal and Cunning, the new expansion for Kill Team coming real soon. Now, of course, here we are today, 5th of October, is the release date of Hivestorm. It's in the stores right now. I saw it in Warhammer just now. So if you're painting Kill Team, great.
It's a new
Thank
box.
you very much indeed. Carry on painting Kill Team.
Wanna go
It's
50-50?
fantastic fun. And we want to see your models and your games. With
Interested in the
hashtag
orcs?
Kill Team.
No.
But if you're a big fan of Kill
not
Team,
really.
and if you're not, why not? But you're going
Cool.
to love Brutal and Cunning, the new expansion, which comes with 2 brand new kill teams.
All the snipers.
And some scenery as well. We've got to talk about this. But first of all, before we talk about the
Ratlings are
insanely cool miniatures, Alex, tell me where the action takes.
That
We're still
guy
in
would be
Vulcans,
really
right?
useful at
So we're
tenderizing
in
a
the
steak,
undermuzzle,
wouldn't he?
Which is basically under the massive ballistus in high basilicus. And basically, so the orcs attempted to invade because who doesn't
Slow
want a giant
pan up.
gun?
Those weapons look
exactly.
very inefficient
They
at
landed
killing
on the moon and they were going to
the
prepare
one
an
opponent
invasion
that they're
force,
up against.
but
I can't imagine
Is
you
it-
get
did
much
they say it's-
maneuver on
Did
the...
it say it's called
I don't think so.
sneaky and cunning? What is sneaky or cunning about a
Aim for the
rocket on a
fleet after you hit
stick
the moon. Still destroy the fleet,
and a
though.
great big
That's
sledgehammer?
good fun.
Yeah, you
Was
just
it brutal and
killed the
cunning?
orcs, but
Maybe it was brutal and cunning.
Just
Yeah,
allow
I'm not
it.
paying
Brutal,
attention.
then.
So they've come down, and as any mech boy who's
That's certainly
a
brutal,
stacker
isn't it?
has basically
I'm gonna
decided
poke
that
you with
they're
my
gonna
rocket
try and
stick.
Take this opportunity while everything's going on Volcus to basically take control of the gun.
And you know, if there's an orc invasion taking place, who better to send out than the rattling snipers?
Oh,
You know what I
yes.
mean? It's the people I go to straight away. We've got to take a look at the miniatures in this box because it's the thing that is blowing all our minds. We'll start with the orc faction first. This is the orc kill team, Razgor's Wreckers, who basically have brought all the rockets
I do
to the
love those
fight
rocket hammers,
and
the
like
trench
shooting
hammers.
them. And blowing
All the
stuff up.
rockets.
So you've got half your team is heavily kind of like melee focused, and your other half is ranged
I
focused.
do like that they've done those
but
little smoke
unfortunately,
grenade
the
markers
melee
for
side
the
Yeah.
new edition.
particularly like the ranged
Yeah,
side,
yeah.
And they've
feel
gone
that
back
these
to
guys
numbers,
taking all the glory shooting their rockets.
which is huge.
Yeah, these
From
are tank
squares,
busters,
triangles,
which we've seen in 140,000 before. So if you're an
hexagons,
orc player,
has measuring,
you'll
yeah.
love to get your,
Haven't they
clean
haven't they
hands on
released
these
as well like some
And,
wound
they
bases
just love
as
shooting
well?
rockets so much.
Kind of
They've
like
actually got
Yes,
a rule
twisty
game
wound
called
bases.
they're
Tanked Up, whereby
I think
when
to the
they
Hivestorm,
shoot
if you
their
order it
rockets,
from
they get
GW
to have an
Direct,
extra AP
I hope
on
they
each
make
turn,
those
so they actually get
readily
literally
available.
hyped up by shooting at stuff, which is really cool. Should we take a look at some of the miniatures? Some of our favourites we picked out. This is the Wrecker Boss Knob. The most tooled
Wrecker
up
Boss
orc
Knob.
in the kill zone. He's
that one
about as
subtle?
tough as a space marine and twice as hard. And he's come tooled up with all of his kit. He's even got a personal rocket pistol. Which I
Lord
love.
Designer was
Someone
clearly on
Friday,
a
He's got another chopper on his back.
personal
And a
improvement
huge
plan
hammer
or
as well,
something.
just for crumping heads
I'm gonna
when he,
call this
when he
one
runs out of
Wrecker Boss
rockets.
Knob.
He's great, this guy.
I saw
Wrecker bomb
another thing on
squigs
Facebook the
are
other day. It was like
next up. Let's take a
how
look at those.
orcs name their weapons:
we saw
shooter,
in the,
slugger,
we saw in the Commando kill
and
team
it's
that,
like,
you know,
and then it's
orcs
like,
to
but the
bring bomb
Imperium
squids.
isn't much better.
These guys
Melter.
The penchant for explosions have decided that they're going to bring 2.
I'm all about the guy on the right who's got the rocket strapped to his back. What happens when you fire a rocket
guy on the
and it's
left
strapped
with
to a
the
squig's back?
mine on
Red,
his
so I think
back.
they go faster.
Yeah, that's a dangerous weapon indeed. We've got the Breaker Boy Crusher to look at here. This guy's coming to battle armed with his knuckle
He'd
busters.
be very good
which
at
not
kind
just
of like
smash
getting
enemies
those
apart, but literally
post-battle
knock them off
niggles
objectives
out of
and
your muscles,
off
wouldn't he?
backsides of buildings and stuff. You can
Yeah,
literally push
the
people away
sports
with them, which
massage.
is
A
great.
bit of a
One
sports
of my favourite
massage
things about this
afterwards,
guild
yeah.
team is just
Yeah.
the size of the models and the armour in particular, because we've seen like knobs in Mega Armour and this kind of thing, but these guys have got this really kind of visceral, tacked on sort of feel to their armour. They've hammered these plates in.
It's represented in the game as well by the fact that these orcs actually have a 4+ save, which is really nice. They're really, really tough. And the last one we've got to look at, Alex, I think it's probably most of our favourites here. This is the Breaker Boy Demolisher, who carries a devastating tank hammer. And you'll like to know that he's got 2 modes he can use it with. He can just hit you with it, or he can press the big red button and he hits you with it and the rocket explodes.
They failed to
Results may
colour
vary.
in the big red button by the looks
If
of
you're
it.
an orc player and you're not pushing that button,
Yeah.
I think that's the side of it. I think the
fact that
button's on
there's even an
top.
option, really.
You can see
But-
that
but yeah,
slightly
fair.
raised bit.
What's
will
funny
ring.
when you apply
They
logic
really are
to it,
such cool
Johnny?
miniatures.
Oh,
But
sorry.
let's move on to the ones that are
Sorry.
maybe taking the spotlight a little. The Rattlings here are Herc's Hunters, a all-sniper team of
I like the
Rattlings,
guy in the
special
fucking,
forces sent out,
what they call
experts
the
in
white
long-range
hats.
warfare, not
Aussie
so good at
hats.
close-range warfare. We'll come on to that in a
I like
little
that they've
bit.
kept the
Just
aesthetic
the
over from
coolest
the
miniatures.
pair that you got in Blackstone Fortress, though. Like,
bristling with
those were great little
different
models and
hats.
really characterful. And like,
As I said before, they're not
That dog, is that
usually
a,
given everything they need, so they've had to steal it.
Shit,
from
what they
various
called?
places. You know,
Dog?
These are
Like the
items of acquisition.
British breed, though.
Of
These guys
course,
are obviously
they're on
like
the
British
right-hand
Bulldog?
side, They're fixer.
maybe,
the,
I don't
the
know.
Rattlings,
God, I'm so bad
then,
with.
again, not trusted to even have their own officers. However, you do need somebody to guide everybody, to organise stuff, and so they've got a fixer. He's
I love
managed to
these
acquire
dudes.
himself some
They're so
keen-looking
cool.
armour there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
sure,
really
definitely
nice-looking
wasn't-
models.
He wasn't commissioned that. He's got some medals on his chest as well. I reckon they belong to him.
He's earned them.
He's earned them for sure. I love the fact he stood there with a cup of tea with his binoculars watching from the back. Also, he's got a rule where he can direct the firepower of the rest of the squad, and if he shouts at something to die from a long range, it's almost certainly going to get shot. The next model we've got here is not just my favourite pun of the group.
It's going to be very interesting how these guys play.
This
So
is the
obviously
big
going to
shot.
be all about
Look at this guy.
hiding and
Now,
sniping
snipers in
rather
Kill Team
than
are notoriously good at taking
anything to do
This
with
one
close
is
combat.
but this might be the biggest.
true
of all.
snipey
This
boy,
gun
right?
is called a
Mm.
tank
The
stopper
others would be
rifle.
like, yeah,
There ain't
keep
no
them at range
tanks
and just
in
pepper
Kill
them.
Team, that we know of. So it's a bit overkill, but even a Space Marine's in trouble when he gets
Tank
shot by this
stopper
thing.
rifle.
But that's not the best thing about the model, right?
No, this is definitely my favourite thing. Is so not only is it a beautiful model, but one, this
He's got his
rifle's
sandwich.
been, let's
He's a
say,
fan of a croque monsieur.
adjusted to
souped
have
up.
a significantly larger power pack attached to it. But atop that power pack, due to the heat coming off it, he's conveniently heating up a.
Oh my god,
tea
that's amazing! And it's
grilled
keeping
cheese
his drink
Look, you've got to
warm.
have something to do in between reloads, right?
Yeah.
Just nibble away on a grilled cheese sandwich. What these great little details like this all
I
over
like that they're
Kill
going
Team
the
are just
underworld's
fantastic.
direction for Kill Team a
right,
little bit,
let's
where
move
they're
on
just
to
making some
probably the
really
star of the
nice.
show.
More character.
This is everyone's favourite boyo. This is the Rattling
Look
Battle
at
Mutt.
that.
Oh, he's such a
Battle
great
Mutt.
He's the most determined of Canids there ever was. If you see that stare, you just need to run away across the kill zone, don't you? What a
That's
cool
it.
looking model.
Now he's got a special rule, doesn't he?
He has. Now, I mentioned before that the Rattlings are quite long range specialists and not quite good at close range. Now, they've actually got a faction rule called Scarper, whereas if the enemy come towards you, they can just run away. Imagine a Night Lord or Mandrakes coming towards these little Rattlings while they're eating a grilled cheese and having a cup of tea. They don't want to be there, they run away. And the Battle Mutt has got an extra special rule here where he shouts or barks a warning cry, and all the Rattlings around him just scarper for their shadows and get out of the danger. So he's a good little boyo that saves the rest of the
No
team.
one's allowed to kill
What
the
a
dog.
hero.
Oh, he's an absolute
Yeah.
champion.
I think that's an auto lose,
Absolutely
isn't it?
brilliant. So there's
auto
not just all
loss,
of the
yeah.
kill team
Yeah.
box. Those two kill teams are brilliant, but it also comes with that really cool scenery before as
cool.
well. This is the bunker that comes with Brutal.
The
and
scenery
Cunning,
that they release for Kill
which
Team
is
as
a
well
great
is
scenery
always
piece for your
really
Kill
nice.
Team collection, but also for your 40k collection. And there's a specific game style in there as well, Alex, that lets you have bunker style missions where
See,
one
that
kill
bunker
team
would
is
be
defending the bunker
sick
and
for
one
some,
kill
like,
team's
40k
designed to smash
last
through the walls.
stand.
Now, can you guess which in the box is designed for which?
I'm going to guess that the orcs are going to make the calm and sensible decision to defend. No, they're going to destroy it.
Smashing the walls down for sure. So there we go. That is Kill Team Brutal and Cunning, which is coming very soon. Now, speaking of Kill Team and Rattlings,
Indeed.
Remember that model we showed you earlier on?
Yes, provisionally prepared.
That's the one.
Yes.
He's
What's
got some rules,
exciting
hasn't he?
here is the designers for Kill Team have actually written a special mission for that miniature here for your games of Kill Team, where these two are trying to steal the food and lunch pack in the middle of the kill zone while a battle rages on around them. So if you wanted a gaming reason to buy that miniature, there's another one on top.
The paint
as
job
well,
on that
and
bottle
that's
is
just
amazing,
really
isn't it?
cool. Right. On to something else.
Right, what's next?
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
I've just disconnected, so I think I'm having a bit of issues with my work laptop here.
Okay, I can still see you.
Okay, good. All right. Ooh.
Boss's DOS. Oh, it's the... no, don't know what that is.
Is it a Space Marine?
Namco.
DLC? No.
That looks great.
So it's
That is amazing.
action
That looks
figures, I
great,
guess,
great.
or
And if you
another
like
game.
what
would
you've
they?
just seen, at the end of the stream, you can go on warhammertv.com and you can see the entirety of the short.
That's
Oh, it's a short
I'll be
video.
doing that straight away after this for sure. Right. Do you know what? I think that might be everything we've got to show. It has been a seriously wonderful stream. We've
has
seen
indeed.
fantastic
You've
stuff.
got- you've
Take
got
us through what
someone
we've seen
else.
again.
So we've seen Warhammer Underworlds.
Yep.
We've been to the Mortal Realms.
Yep.
Seen a bit of 40k with those battle forces.
Yeah, we saw.
We've seen Kill Team at the end there.
That's
and
right.
Legions Imperialis.
Of course, not to mention we saw Galmaraz
Yes.
itself actually being forged.
This isn't the
and
time
of
to
course,
disconnect, Johnny.
all those cool
I'm sure
customers
we're
as
going.
well.
This is
It's
when
just
we
been
find
a
out.
wonderful set of previews. Thank
Imperator.
you so much, and thank you all
Imperator.
for watching as well and joining us on
Come on.
Warhammer Day. I really do hope you've
Give
been
us
painting
something
along
else,
perhaps
please.
while you've been watching. You're going to go home and
Fucking
paint some of
crack
those Kill
addict.
Team miniatures.
I think so.
I've got Zikit's tunnel pack on my painting desk waiting to be painted quite soon. Of course, if you want to see more of the stuff you've just seen and you want to find out more about what you've seen, there's more pictures and way more information as
However,
well right
come
now
on.
over on the Warhammer community website.
That shit-eating
so head
grin.
over there.
Go on.
Where's the
next
chaos theme?
preview, Alex. The next preview is going to be
What
in
was the chaos thing? The
November.
Dark
We're
Mechanicum
heading-
and
when we're
the
heading
Slaves
to
to
the World
Darkness?
Championships and the Grand Narrative from
Dunno,
America.
maybe
There will
next.
be a preview coming there as well, so do make sure you're watching out for that one. But that's all from us for now. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you everyone in the chat. Notley, Raf, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure, sir, and we'll see you guys next time.
Oh. Okay. Oh, what's that? Emperor's Children. Emperor's Children next year. There you go. Emperor's Children next year. If that is the extent of the sneaky thing that we've been holding back, my God. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to see some 40k Emperor's Children models.
No.
How insane they're going to look.
Well, you know that means that it's basically 40k Fulgrim incoming.
Or will
Not-
they just
yeah. No, it must be.
will they just use it for 40k as well? They'll make have rules for it, and you can use the miniature in both.
Maybe. Yeah, but I mean, like, he's the
I've
obvious
seen
one
them.
that they haven't got, right? They haven't got Fulgrim in
Yeah.
40k. He's one of the obvious ones that's missing. So yeah, I mean, a mixed
Yeah.
bag, I guess. I think obviously if that leak hadn't have leaked, it would be a much more exciting release. But the Dark Mechanicum has got me excited.
Oh.
I hope it's got the rest of you guys quite interested as well. Yeah. Not the direction
yeah.
I thought they were going to go this time. Like I say, there's not a huge amount of chaosy stuff that they seem to imply it was super chaosy, other than the Warhammer Day miniature, which is chaosy, and a few new boxes. But
Yeah, it's fairly. Yeah, it's good. Man, I'm so excited for the Dark Mechanicum.
Yeah.
I am hoping it is not just that model, and is maybe something else. But I think it is probably going to just be that model. And then
You
paint.
I think what you'll probably find is
Correct.
that main box is going to be agnostic, and you can paint that as either
Yeah.
or, and then there will be some Dark Mechanicum stuff separate, because you would think whatever Mechanicum has access to, Dark Mechanicum has access to as well, plus all of the secret stuff that the Dark Mechanicum unlock. But yeah, it's nice to do a live stream which isn't at 3:00 in the morning for a change.
I'm alive.
Yeah. Yeah, and thank you to everybody who's taken part in the chat. Hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much for your participation. It's been great to have you along. Tactica Imperialis point. I'm sure we'll see more on Heresy Thursdays in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, absolutely, I totally agree. But yeah, I guess until next time, guys. Again, thank you for joining, and we'll see you on the next podcast when we drop that. Hopefully reasonably soon, when I've sobered up from my birthday at some point and commiserated my affirmation into my 40s. And yeah, I guess always remember to go big, go loud, and see us out, Johnny.
Go Maximal.
Thanks a lot.